Hello, Houston. This is Jason Hammond, the A-Steen manager at the Children's Museum of Houston. My cat is about to make an appearance. That is Jerry the cat. And Jerry the cat, you need to move now. Come on, Jerry. Say hi. Say hi. Hello. And you said hi. Now you can go. All right. I am at my house right now, but I'm here to show you how to do a really fun activity that falls into the spectrum of what we call making. Now, making is a very cool and inventive way of helping children learn about engineering. Because what we do with making is we basically say, here's some stuff, and use this stuff and make something. And very often there isn't even instruction involved. It's just like, do it. You know, like, hey, here's a bunch of paper, make a roller coaster. Here's this, make this. Here's that, make that. Okay? Now, it is okay to give instruction with making, so I'm going to give you some today for what we're going to do. But often when they ask you to help them, when they're having trouble, you ask them questions back like, well, what would you do to make this better? Or how would you fix this problem? Because in engineering, that's what they're doing mainly, is they're fixing problems. Think about it. Just recently, we had the 50th anniversary of Apollo 13. Apollo 13 was the ill-fated Apollo mission that actually they made it to the moon, they just didn't land on the moon. And what happened was an oxygen tank exploded, part way into their journey, and it caused them a lot of problems if you would think about it. And it took engineers to get them back home. They had to figure out how to solve each problem as it came up so that they could get them back home. And there's even this one really cool thing they did. They built like a filter for the carbon dioxide out of available materials. They basically, on the Earth, they were given what the Apollo astronauts had on their command module and said, hey, build a filter. They built the filter, sent the instructions up to the Apollo 13 astronauts, and then they built the filter. So that is what making is. They made a filter. It was amazing. So we're not going to do anything that fancy, but we are going to make something very cool, and we're going to only use 3 items, well, kind of 4 items to do this. We're going to use tape, we're going to use a ruler, we're going to use scissors, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a wallet. Now, this is my wallet that I made. The 4th item would be a marker or a pen of some sort. Whatever you have, you can use. And I made this wallet, and I put on it, hey ho, let's go, Johnny, Joey, Dee Dee, and Tommy, the Ramones, my favorite band. And this is a functional wallet, because when I open it up, right here is a pocket that's holding my bank card. I'm not going to show you this front side, but my bank card. And I can put it inside my wallet here. And there it is. And it can hold bills, like my dollar bill here. And if you can see, it has this opening like a regular wallet, and I can put it inside. And that right there is my functional wallet. Now I'm going to tell you how to make this part of the wallet, the outside and this part. The pocket, we're going to leave to your makers to figure out how to make that pocket on their own. Because there's all kinds of ways of making the pocket, and I like to do it a certain way, and other people like to do it another way. I'll give you ideas, but I'm only going to show you how to make the functional wallet part with the billfold holder, okay? And we're only going to go through a few of the steps too. Like I can't make the whole thing for you right now because it would take me a long time. It would take like 45 minutes because it does take a minute. But I'll show you some of the steps so you can see what we mean, okay? So, the very first thing is, like I said, you're going to need duct tape. And you can use multiple colors duct tape. You can use gray duct tape. Whatever duct tape you have, you can use. And the first thing you need to do is you need to measure out a piece of duct tape about 9 inches long. So what I normally do is I'll pull it out. I'll take my ruler. I'll put the ruler at the 9-inch mark here on the back side. So the 9-inch mark is right here on the front. And then I'll cut right about where the ruler ends. A little bit in front of it to give it a little space. And then I drop my ruler. I fold it over this piece. I'm going to do that again because I made a mistake. But that's what happens in making. You make a mistake and you try again. So let's make sure I got this right this time. So I'm at the 9 inches right here at the end of my ruler right here. I'm gonna move my phone a little bit so you can see, possibly, right there. And then at the end there, this side is where I'm gonna cut it. And I'm sorry, it's kind of jumbly, but I'm all alone here, so I gotta figure it out on my own. So I'm gonna cut it. And hopefully I won't lose my ruler this time, nor fold my page over. Yeah, this time I succeeded. So you're gonna have a 9-inch strip that looks like this. And then you're gonna put it down. Let me see if I can find a place where you can put it down. You can see it right here. You're gonna put it down, and you're gonna cut 3 more. And then you're gonna create something like this. Okay? You can see I have 4 different spots here. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3 different, like where they're overlapping, which means I had 4 different ones. So that's what you're gonna make. And you want it to be about 5 inches long. If it's a little short, that's fine. If it's a little long, that's fine. But you want it about 5 inches long. So you're gonna put these together like this, okay? Now I'm not gonna cut all those because you saw how long it took me to cut one of them. You know, I dropped my ruler, I had to start over, but I wanted to show you how to cut one. Now, after you have your first layer, like this, you're gonna make a second layer and you're gonna put them on top of each other so it's like this. So you're gonna put the sticky side to the sticky side so you have 2 like this back to back. Now, this line right here you're probably wondering about. What I did is I measured 8.5 inches, okay? And when I measured 8.5 inches, that's how long I want my ruler to be, my wallet to be. So I did my 8.5 inches. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut that line. So then I have this like this. I trimmed both edges though, okay? So it looks pretty neat. Next thing is you simply fold it over. Kind of fold it in half. Now, because you want an opening to have a place to put your money, what you're gonna do is you're basically gonna tape over the sides, this side like this, and this side like this, and I will show you how to do that. 1 second. Just basically take some tape. Now you can measure it. In the instruction sheet, it shows you that you can measure it, but you can also, you know, when you have a lot of different kids and whatnot, you can do a little bit more of a free-for-all so that it doesn't take as long. And what you're gonna do is you're basically going to take this tape and you're going to go ahead and secure the sides. Okay, and you want to go all the way to the top. Like this part right here only made it up a little bit, so I'm going to have to cut another little piece of tape to put on there. Or the same size and overlap it, it doesn't matter. But this is kind of like how the making process works. You just kind of like start doing it and, you know, you just try to succeed in making what's being asked of you to make. So there's really no right or wrong way of doing things. Put this one here, just on the edge, there we go. Okay, and then I have this side taped up. All right, so you see there's no opening anymore. But there's a huge opening over here, so I gotta tape up this side. And again, I wanna keep that fold nice and secure. And then just right at the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and tape up this end. And again, I have a little bit still left over, so I'm gonna get another piece of tape and tape it. All right, so now I have both ends taped up, okay? And the next thing I do is I fold it this way. All right, so then that's like a billfold. You open it up, and you have it ready to go. So it's actually not that hard. All you gotta do is, like I said, is you gotta cut 8 9-inch pieces of tape. 4 of the pieces you put together like this, and then you put the other 4 pieces together like this, and then you put sticky side together, you put them on top of each other, you trim the sides, you fold it over, and then you tape the edges, and then you have your wallet. And let me show you. I'm gonna go ahead and take the dollar I had in here and my original wallet, and I'm going to put it inside, and you can see it fits right inside there as well. So there's my dollar inside. I'm gonna fold it up. One thing I like to do when I fold it is I like to kind of put some weight on it to kind of keep the fold so that it doesn't unfold every single time you're doing it. So I'll just put a little bit of weight on it for, you know, a good 30 minutes or something, and it'll be really good. Now, this is where we're gonna leave it up to your kid's imagination. Like I had before, I had the pocket that could hold my card, okay? They're gonna figure out how to make a pocket here or both to hold, like, let's say a library card or something like that. You can have more than one too. You can have like those, you've seen a wallet that has like multiple pockets, like 3 on one side and 2 on the other. It's all up to them. That's why in this part, I'm not really gonna tell you how to do it. I'm more gonna just say, let them figure out how to do that part, okay? Because again, that is part of making, is actually saying, hey, how would you do this? Instead of saying, this is how you do this, okay? And then you get some variation. You can actually, sometimes, you know, these kids, they're so good at this stuff, they'll teach you something that you couldn't expect. So that is what making is all about, and that's what makes making so great, because it fires the imagination. It allows you to do that scientific inquiry where when they ask you a question, you just answer them back with a question so that they have to sort of think about it more and do it, and they can let their imagination run wild and figure things out on their own. So that's what makes it so special. And once they're done with the wallet, go ahead and give markers and stuff out, and they can go ahead and, you know, decorate the wallet, stickers, whatever you want to make it look cooler. Or if you have multiple colors of duct tape, go ahead and just do it multiple times. Now, if you're doing this with a lot of kids, I do suggest you kind of limit the numbers that do it at one time. So like, say you working at a daycare center or you are at a YMCA center, and right now you're doing like essential workers daycare. If you have, say, like 20 kids, I would say like maybe do 4 at a time, because it does take a minute to cut all that duct tape. And what starts to happen is that if the kids start to rush, they just start to cut larger pieces just so they can be done. So the next kid will be like, oh, okay, I can do it now. So just give it to smaller numbers if you can, so that A, every kid can do it, but also B, every kid can do it in an efficient manner that is less chaotic, if you will. So that is exactly how you're gonna do this. It's a fun activity. It's actually something that the kids can take with them and show their parents. It may encourage their parents to be like, oh, you know what, you made a wallet, you deserve to, like, you know, learn the value of money and whatnot. And they can teach them like, hey, here's $1. How would you spend this dollar? How would you protect this dollar? Whatnot. You know, where would you put your wallet in your pocket? All that kind of stuff. So it's a really good way to actually start to learn different things as well. All right, so that is making a wallet, and I am Jason Hammond from the A-STEAM program. Normally I would be out and about doing like a training or teaching you this in front of you, but since we're all have to stay at home, I am doing this from my home. I do want to remind you though that not only do we have these activities that I'm showing you here, but on our website we have all kinds of other activities you can look at and maybe get some more ideas about making, different science, math, whatever you want to think about or know. We probably have something up there that would answer the question. So thank you for joining me. I hope you did well. Sorry about like kind of the jumbled part in the beginning, but like I said, I'm doing this from home. I have limited resources with the amount of stuff I have, so I didn't want to stop it and start again. I just wanted to like, hey, you know what? I drop things, I make mistakes, things happen. It's okay if you do too. So please forgive me for that, but again, I just wanted to get this video done and make sure you have it so you can make all your own wallets as well. All right, thanks again, and I really do hope to see you all soon. This is Jason saying later, bye-bye, have a good day.